Hello everyone, how are we doing? And welcome to this video going through everything you need to know about what to do just after you've built your very own gaming PC. And don't worry, if you don't know how to gaming PC or you don't know how to put one together, I actually put together a full video that goes through how to put this machine together step by step, really easy to follow. You can find that in the top right hand corner if you want to learn a little bit more. Or if you're watching this and thinking, I've actually built my own PC ages ago, mate, I know what I'm talking about, then don't worry, because I think there's plenty for you to actually pick up a few tips and tricks in this video as well, so you can see exactly what I do once I put a PC together and get it running as smoothly as possible. But first, a quick word from this video's sponsor, Gigabyte and the incredible Z490 Aorus Extreme Water Force. This exceptional motherboard is the water cooler's dream, with a full cover block that not only keeps your components cool, but looks stunning in the process. And with support for Intel's latest 10th generation processors, Thunderbolt 3, 10 gig Ethernet and Wi-Fi AX, there is nothing stopping you from complete PC domination. Learn more and level up your water cooling today with the link down below. The first thing then that you need to do is of course grab your computer, get everything plugged in, and if you haven't already, make sure you install Windows. And the easiest way to do this is go to the Microsoft website, download an ISO, stick it on a USB stick. Once you've done that, you then should be able to turn your computer on, and this will be a lot less stressful if you've already tested that everything's working. If it's your first time building a computer and it's your first time plugging it in, then congratulations, I wish you the best of luck. But you'll probably see that we get some sort of splash up screen like we do here the first time you turn your computer on, and it normally just gives you some basic information like new CPU installed. That's not an error, you just need to load the default values and then everything should start working and you should be able to install Windows. When you do get to this Windows screen though, you may notice that things look a little bit blurry or the aspect ratio isn't quite right. Don't worry, this is purely just because at the moment our PC is pretty much in the most bare bones state it can be. We need to install a load of software, we need to get our games on, but most importantly really, we need to get drivers installed, in particular the graphics card driver, so that we're essentially giving the PC the instructions to be able to use all of its hardware properly. And at the moment, we don't actually have that set of instructions for the graphics card to be able to drive this monitor at its full resolution and refresh rate. So this is the first thing we're going to do now. But oh no, wait! We don't have any internet. I've plugged an Ethernet connection in and I've got Wi-Fi, so why is it not coming up? I don't understand. Why is my computer not working properly? Well, just like the graphics card, it seems that at the moment there aren't any drivers installed for all of the internet hardware that we have inside. So how do we get around this problem? Well, you are going to need to grab a tablet, a laptop, anything really that can take a USB connection, and then you just need to download the driver back onto that USB stick that we used for Windows. You just need to Google the name of your motherboard. So here we have the Z490 GTA Evo Racing from Biostar. Head over to the support section or the download section, and you can see we have all of these different files. We've got the chipset driver, you're going to want to grab that as well. That will get the motherboard working in Windows the best that it possibly can. And somewhere down here you can see we've got onboard LAN, which stands for onboard local area connection. This is the Ethernet, so we're going to want to download that and then transfer it onto this stick. And while we're here, we're also going to download the onboard audio to make sure that our audio connections work properly and we can hear all of the lovely subtle tones that will come out from games like Gears of War, Call of Duty. Who wouldn't want to hear those things? Oh, see, this is why consoles are better. Yes, consoles are better in the sense that you can just put your disc in, but so buried away somewhere in this folder, we have something called Setup BD. So just open that up and then it should say install or update drivers for Intel network connections. Select OK and let it do its thing. And then, in theory, we should be connected to the net. How to sound like a nerd 101. Hooray! We're connected to the net! Work. As we're using a GeForce RTX 2060 graphics card in here, we can type in RTX 2060 drivers and download the install file to get all of that working, and our monitor should then look fantastic. While we're downloading our graphics card drivers, I'm going to go and install our chipset and audio drivers as well, and then everything is pretty much ready to go. When it says do you want the graphics driver and GeForce Experience or just the graphics driver, it's entirely up to you, but I tend to go for GeForce Experience as this is what keeps all of your drivers up to date for you automatically. It will tell you when there's a new driver for you, and this is also what enables you to actually capture game clips and things and record gameplay and stream without any extra software, which is pretty cool. I've now restarted my PC, but the thing I want to do quickly before we actually go back into Windows is enable something called XMP. This is Intel Extreme Memory Profile. And if you buy a fast sticker RAM, it's not actually going to run at its full speed out the box. You actually have to enable this, and it's very easy to enable. You can see it's right in your face. Here it says XMP, so we're going to turn this on to XMP Profile 1, and then we should just be able to save and exit. So just load back into Windows, hold down Control, Shift and Escape. This will bring up the Task Manager, and while you're here, go to Options and select Always on Top. Go over to Performance, and you should see that your memory should now be at its full speeds, and this is going to help in any CPU-dependent games, especially something like Battlefield 5. I now start to install my different game launchers. Steam.exe contained a virus and was deleted. Well done, Microsoft Edge, well done. But while Steam is doing its thing, it's time to talk about a few different tools that I put on my own PC to make sure that everything is running properly. And realistically, the main two I'd say that I rely on would be having the fan control software for your motherboard, so you can actually get your PC as quiet as possible, and then some sort of CPU monitoring software in terms of both temperatures and actually clock speed. So we open up CPU Z, we open up Core Temp, and then the other one is just to get the Task Manager up, go to the Performance section, and this gives us a full lowdown on everything our PC is doing. What you can do if you really want to see the limits, if you like, of your CPU cooler, you can go over to where it says Bench and it says Stress CPU. This is a very good way of just checking your PC is essentially able to cope under those really high stressful situations. And if you haven't installed your CPU cooler or something, this is probably the situation where you're going to notice something is wrong. Now, when it comes to customizing your PC, the number one thing that you absolutely must do is set some form of custom fan profile to actually keep your PC running as quiet as possible, but then maintaining the temperatures and keeping everything under check when the PC ramps up. But it doesn't really matter which motherboard you have. Normally there'd be some sort of control in the BIOS itself, which is what we've got here on this one from Biostar. We load up AI fan. So here our CPU fan is set to an aggressive fan curve, but we can select manual if we want, move these things around. So as you increase the fan speed, the cooling is going to get better, but then of course the noise levels is going to increase. We can just hit quiet and immediately our PC has got ridiculously quiet. Like, it is crazy the difference. And if you've never done this before, I promise you, your reaction is going to be priceless, because I was running my PC on full speed for probably about 1.5 years before I discovered that these fan tuning utilities were a thing. And don't forget that if you set them up correctly, they then come back on when they need to. So there's not really any disadvantage at all. It is well worth doing. But having a quiet PC is one thing, having something that looks fantastic is another, which is why our final thing before we get gaming is to actually get all of the software that's needed for the full RGB lighting experience. So what I've done now is just download the crucial mod software that's for the RGB modules that we have in this particular PC, and then we've got the Racing GT Evo application up to control all of the motherboard RGB. So let's say we just want to have a very simple red theme. You can see it's really that easy. You just select red and then everything turns red. Let's go for rainbow on the RGB, and you can see that's how you control everything. So the world is your oyster. I'll be honest, that looks absolutely terrible. Let's change that. I can't have that. That's rubbish. So there you go then. Everything you need to know about what to do after you put your PC together. Hopefully this has been useful. If it has, please smash that like button. It helps out so much you really wouldn't believe. If you want to see all of the parts featured in this build, you can find them listed down in the description below with my Amazon affiliate links. Same for all of this setup stuff. If you're interested, I'll always have links for you. And of course, while you're down there, don't forget to check out this video's sponsor, the Z490 Aorus Gigabyte Waterforce Z490 motherboard. Equipped with a single monoblock for custom cooling your LGA 1200 socket CPU, all of your SSDs, VRMs and the chipset, you can finally overclock your components to the very limit, but without thermals holding you back. Give your custom loop the motherboard it deserves with Gigabyte. Check out the Aorus Z490 Extreme Waterforce today with the links down below. Thank you so much for checking out this video though, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to get subscribed for more videos just like this, and in the meantime you can find more PC builds in the end screen. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.